Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile character review, today featuring Inferno Scorpion. As usual guys, please note the date when this video has been recorded because a lot of things may have changed since then, and if you're not familiar with the matrix I'm using in order to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. So without any further ado, let's put Inferno Scorpion to the test. Once upon a time in MK Mobile guys, when we had different store, Inferno Scorpion was one of the basic gold characters who are available for purchase for the price of 350 souls. And by the way, make sure to stick around in this video guys, because I have very specific opinion on Inferno Scorpion and I believe you'd love to hear it. Anyways, let's check out his stats. His attack is 42,166, 34th highest in the game and the 16th highest among gold characters. The hit points, they're 83,021, the 39th highest in the game and the 20th highest among the gold league. The toughness, it is 41,202, the 22nd highest overall and the 5th highest in the gold league. Quite impressive achievement for a basic character. The recovery is 35,910, which is the 31st highest in the game and the 16th highest among the gold characters. And his power generation is just 100%. So for his stats, Inferno Scorpion gets 15.9 out of 28 possible points. Like any other Scorpion in the game guys, special one of Inferno Scorpion is called Spear. What you need to know about the special attack is that first, it can be blocked by the opponent, it has stun as debuff, it can be cast from anywhere despite the fact that the first mini hit will miss, but it doesn't deal any damage anyway, so it is okay. The ability is not lethal, it consists of 2 mini attacks and it has the single tap rectangle as mini game. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 15,305, which is the 39th highest in the game and the 19th highest in the gold league. The maximum damage is 29,220, the 44th highest overall and the 23rd in the gold league. Once again, let's repeat the properties of the special attack. It can be blocked by the opponent, it has stun as debuff, it can be cast from distance, it is not lethal, it consists of 2 mini attacks and it has a single tap rectangle as minigame. So for his special one, Inferno Scorpion gets 8.4 out of 13 possible points. Special 2 of Inferno Scorpion guys is called Minion Assist. By the way, this special ability looks pretty cool. He actually summons a demon to hit the enemy and then grab him by the feet, immobilizing him, which is pretty damn awesome. This special attack really looks great. Anyways, let's check the properties of this ability. First, it can be blocked by the opponent, unfortunately. It doesn't have any buff or debuff. It can be cast from distance, however the first mini attack will miss, even though this is not really a big deal. The ability is not lethal, it consists of 2 mini hits and it has the multi-tap circle as minigame, which is the easiest minigame in MK Mobile in my opinion. So let's take a look at the damage. The minimum damage of the special attack is 36,178, which is the 40th highest in MK Mobile and the 19th highest among the gold characters. The maximum damage is 70,964, the 47th highest overall and the 23rd in the gold league. Once again, the ability can be blocked by the opponent, it doesn't have any buff or debuff, it can be cast from distance, it is not lethal, or in other words, it cannot finish the opponent, you have to use something else to deliver the fatal blow. The special attack consists of 2 mini hits and it has the multi-tap circle as mini game. So, for his special 2, Inferno Scorpion gets only 8.6 out of 19 possible points. The X-ray of Inferno Scorpion guys is called From Hell, and like any other Scorpion in the game, apart from MK11 Scorpion, it looks exactly the same way as a regular From Hell X-ray will ever look. What you need to know about the ability is first that it can be cast from distance, and second it has Curse as debuff, which is kind of okay. As you know, I really am not a fan of this particular debuff, but it's still something. When it comes to damage, the damage of the X-ray is 84,879, which is the 52nd highest in the game and the 27th among the gold characters. Once again, the ability has Curse as debuff and it can be cast from distance. So for his X-ray, Inferno Scorpion gets 2.8 out of 4 possible points, and the total amount of points he gets for his special attack adds up to 19.7 out of 36 possible. Inferno Scorpion, guys, is not really the fastest character in the game. He definitely needs some buffs when it comes to the speed of his basic attacks, and also he requires some buffs when it comes to the chaining of the same basic attacks. Really, I don't think that he ranks a slow character, but still, when it comes to pure speed, he's somehow mediocre, nothing special. However, one thing that I really hate about him is that his chaining is pretty terrible. First of all, he doesn't push the opponent back if they're blocking, and he doesn't push himself back away from the opponents. And second, even if they're not blocking, and even if, let's say, we perform a combo ender in the end of the basic attacks, he always slumps the enemies to the ground. He actually never pushes them back, even when it comes to combo ender, which is really annoying. And it seems to me, please correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that he has only one combo ender in the game. There is no diversity, nothing, just one combo ender. And on top of that, his animations when he gets back to original stance is really slow, which leaves him vulnerable for counterattack. So in a nutshell, at the end of the day, I don't think he's a good character in this specific field, the basic attacks, so I'll be giving him 3 points for speed and 3 points for chaining, for the total of 6 out of 10 for his basic attacks. Okay guys, we got to the passive, which is called Vengeance. Basically what it does is that every time when Scorpion tags in, his basic attack damage is increased by 200% for 6 seconds. Now, guys, I really dislike this passive. I believe this is the worst Scorpion passive. It's even worse than Injustice Scorpion passive. I mean, slightly worse, but still worse. Let me explain to you why. Now, I fully admit that at some situations this passive can work pretty good, however in certain other situations it can backfire on you really bad. Problem number 1. If you tag in Scorpion and the opponent blocks the incoming basic attacks, he'll have no passive whatsoever after that. And second, he's that squishy that if the opponent blocks the attack and then casts special attack on you, he can easily one-shot you. I'm sorry, but Inferno Scorpion is not the greatest character in the game when it comes to hit points. He can be easily destroyed. And like Venomous Devourer's passive, Scorpion doesn't have the best basic attacks. He's not the fastest character in the game, and his chaining is really bad. So why his passive revolves on his basic attacks, which are not that great. I mean, I can fully admit that his basic attacks are better than Devourer's, but still, there are plenty of characters out there who outperform Inferno Scorpion when it comes to speed and when it comes to chaining of the basic attacks. And also, quite honestly, I don't like teams where you need to tag in and out multiple characters multiple times. What I love is to build a team around one character and never to tag him out, so that I can finish all battles faster. This is my ultimate goal. And probably around this time some of you might say, well, you don't know how to use his passive and that's why you are ranting at him. But no, this is not the case. That is why I'll dedicate the next minute showing you the best ways to use his passive so that it doesn't get countered and it doesn't backfire on you. The most important thing around his passive is that it needs to be timed well. Like for example, always try to tag your Scorpion in the middle of the opponent's basic attack combination, of course granted that you are blocking his basic attacks in the first place. The second good idea when it comes to taking advantage of Inferno Scorpion passive is to always team him up with another Scorpion. Reason being is you can take advantage of the other Scorpion spear and tag in while the enemy is still stunned. Something similar, however, including Cyrax. You can take advantage of the time the enemy spends trying to break out of the Cyrax net, and in this time frame you can tag your Scorpion in and unleash hell on the enemy. And of course, using block breaker equipment on Inferno Scorpion is also a good idea, however I do not recommend this, but we're going to get to that later. So with all that said guys, I really am not a fan of Inferno Scorpion passive. I'm sorry, I'll be giving it just 10.5 out of 20 possible points. Once again, it can be useful, but it can backfire a lot, and quite honestly, having this passive that revolves around his basic attacks, which are not really great, is not compelling at all. Inferno Scorpion is Netherrealm and martial artist, so he gets 2 points for classes and 0 points for tagging attack. Okay guys, we got to the final verdict. Here we have to decide whether Inferno Scorpion is a good character, so let's take a look at the bigger picture. His stats are mediocre, nothing special there, with his hit points being quite low. His special attacks are okay, however we have to keep in mind that they are both not lethal. His passive is kind of disappointing for me, I'm sorry. Once again, I believe that in certain situations it can work, but in certain other situations it won't work at all, or it can even backfire very badly. So this is why I believe that's a risky passive, and there's a lot better and safer passives out there. And in addition, his basic attacks are not impressive, and that's the unfortunate thing, because his passive is all about his basic attacks and they're not really good. So we get to the point when I have to decide how many of my subjective points I should give to Inferno Scorpion, and I'm really sorry guys, but Inferno Scorpion is one of my least favorite characters in the game. I almost never play him, I don't find him fun at all. I really believe that Grandmaster Sub-Zero is much better, so I'll be giving him just 0 points guys, I'm sorry. The only thing that I like about Inferno Scorpion is how his special 2 looks, and that's all. Everything else I hate about this character. So with the complete lack of my subjective points guys, he scored 54.1 and we can label him as a decent character. I fully understand that some of you may disagree with me on this point, but I really don't like this character and I don't find his passive useful, or at least I don't find it much useful. So once again, final verdict, decent character. Inferno Scorpion guys is not the best opener in the game. I mean, he can be a serviceable opener, but really the point of this character is to tag him out many times in the game so that you can eventually take advantage of his passive. So in a way, you know, a lot of the starters tend to get snared in the beginning or put on fire or power drained, etc. I believe you got the idea. Plus usually you put defensive gear on the starters and you don't really need to do that on Inferno Scorpion. With all that said, and considering the nature of his passive, it's really hard to tell which of the characters that he counters. However, I can list some cards that heavily counter Inferno Scorpion, such as MK11 Jade. She's a nightmare because after all you need to hit her with basic attacks and she can dodge them, and on top of that she can snare you so that you cannot tag out, which is really bad for Inferno Scorpion. Also a tough matchup is Assassin Jade and Combat Cup Sonya and Combat Cup Johnny. Sonya really counters Inferno Scorpion because she can give him red card, and this means he will never be able to come back until everybody else from his team are dead. And also Combat Cup Johnny, because once fighting Johnny it is kind of risky tagging out because you can get stunned and demolished by Combat Cup Johnny. Now, when it comes to the item guys, it all depends on whether you feel confident of using Inferno Scorpion passive. If you feel confident doing it, then give him Rat Hammer, Shao Kahn's Helmet and Shansung Stone. However, if you're not certain that you can time his passive well, then give him Cento Blade instead of the Rat Hammer. Okay guys, we got to the teams. I really prefer playing Inferno Scorpion with two other basic characters to be specific, and they are Hat-Trick Kung Lao and Ninjutsu Scorpion. This team is really awesome. As long as you can time the Inferno Scorpion passive, you won't have any issues. And by the way, if you want, you can replace Hat-Trick Kung Lao with Cyrax Triborg, or actually you can do the same with Ninjutsu Scorpion. It's totally up to you and totally up to the fusion level of your characters. By the way guys, you can always team Inferno Scorpion with Flaming Fist Liu Kang if you want to do some kind of a funny troll team of characters who gain some bonuses when they tag in, and that would be pretty nice. As a third character you can use Ninjutsu Scorpion again, that would be pretty awesome. And really guys, I don't recommend using Inferno Scorpion with any diamond teams. Trust me, it won't work because of his low stats. Okay guys, Inferno Scorpion, what do you think of him? Do you like him? Do you dislike him? Please let me know in the comments. He scored 54.1 on our scale and labeled him as a decent character. As usual guys, if you wanna see more reviews, you can find them on the top right corner of the screen, and if you wanna know which is the next on-demand review, you can find the list in the description of this video. See you next time guys, take care!
Provoke my rage! Perfect!